Alright, so we're back on JJK, and let me introduce you to one of the best characters, Higuruma, the guy Yuji and Megumi are looking for. But let me be honest, no glaze. I ain't gonna lie, them have to go back to where they came from before Higuruma gets his nighttime routine ready like a baby baddie from Miami, and doodle in their mouth like they took a trip to Dubai. He's gonna curb stomp them on the edge of a bathtub and rub their teeth on some people till they gotta use dentures. Because he got 100 points, bro. 100 points. It's only been 12 days. And if you don't know what that means, bro, let me convert that from Japanese yen into bumbox for all my viewers that's living off of microwavable fruit flies. Him, her, bodies. This guy killed everybody. This situation is deeper than deep fried barbecue chicken wings. Mind you, sorcerers only cost 5 points if you kill them, and non-sorcerers only cost 1 point. And I bet you got a good mix of both of them in his bag. But if Higuruma was to come up to me with that type of energy, I would put him on my shoulders and start doing backflips. He is not stronger than me. Anyways, let me talk about Higuruma's backstory a little bit. This is one of the core reasons why I like him. Alright, so this kid got convicted for murder, and Higuruma was his lawyer trying to prove him innocent. They said he murdered a young girl and her mother. That is something truly despicable. But anyways, innocent till proven guilty, but in this case, guilty till proven innocent. The police chased him and they found a bloody blade on him. He said when he found the blade, he did not call the police, he left it on him. If I see a murder scene, blood everywhere, I ain't getting a rag and cleaning the walls and getting a mop and cleaning the ceiling. The same way I entered the room, I'ma reverse my steps and walk in 2-ton speed and leave the room. I'ma leave the place how I found it. But this bozo decided to carry a bloody blade in his back pocket, bro. What was you thinking? He said he did not want to cause a disturbance for the neighbors, which is truly unbelievable. In fact, he wanted to turn it in later. What was you thinking? But he was so lucky that Higuruma believed him. He said he did a non-profitable charity work for old people and a bunch of other things that made him seem good. But if this was the only things I could use to defend my client, I would have said you're doomed. You need to give me extra 10 bands. I would have done him worse than one of them Mumbai scammers that starts off every sentence with "Hello my friend, hello my brother." Then scam him using the Alibaba method. And if you can't tell already, this court case is a court case where you cannot get proven innocent no matter on your situation. Higuruma and his assistant was putting in long hours trying to make sure this man gets it free. And honestly, Higuruma was a good guy. He gathered extra evidence. Finally, they appeared at court. This took such a toll on bro that he lost all his hair. But he made sure he prioritized his daytime nighttime routine on his corners, making sure his thing don't fade. And this thing is looking sharp. I know guys with hairlines like this and they still use enhancement. I'm have to agree with the baby about this saying that thing might be makeup, cause you're just doing too much for no reason. They don't even like it. Are you doing it for the boys? Anyways, bro, in the exact same time as the murder, he was present in a convenience store caught by a security camera. And he has none of the items that was stolen. So that thing saved his life. So he was proven innocent. Higuruma was relieved, but he was not satisfied. He knew they were gonna press a retrial. By the way, the kid's name is Oya, and Oya was relieved that Higuruma believed in him. So relieved that he started crying. But regardless on how he felt, he was gonna face the wrath of the justice system. Second trial. Guilty for life. By the way, the prosecutors did not bring any new evidence. In fact, they dug a deeper hole for themselves. The prosecutors said that they're going to ignore the fact that there could be another person who committed this crime. The judge noticed this but still gave him this crazy sentence. That means that they're out to get him. They're not trying to impose justice. Meaning that even if he's not guilty, he is still guilty. Higuruma understood all these things, saying that this verdict was destined from the start. They just want someone arrested. At that point, Higuruma understood if they were going to commence a third trial, that means that this whole thing is rigged. So Higuruma had no power over this situation even though he's right. So they got to the third trial, and this was really taking a toll on Higuruma's mental. The victims never got the justice they deserved, the suspect became a victim to the justice system, and the murderer is still running loose. The justice system is not used to impose justice, if that is to satisfy the media, to save money, or whatever it could be. Higuruma understood that he's working within a system that imposes hypocrisy. So this thing was all the way messed up. The total corruption and calamity brought Higuruma to his breaking point. He was tired of being suppressed. Is that the Grim Reaper? Alright, so Yuji and Megumi are separated right now, and they're still looking for Higuruma. So right now we're gonna focus on Yuji and that blonde guy that's leading him into Buruku, whatever you call that place. Anyways, bro, Blondie and Yuji met before, but they were from different schools. But one day, Blondie was watching this fat chubby kid getting bullied. But in typical JJK fashion, you would have thought that fat kid got angry then turned into an Incredible Hulk. But he just stood there and took it. And if you look closely, they were treating him worse than an abusive stepfather. Let me show you this frame by frame. He slapped him, but it was not no regular slap. If you see properly, he pumped the skin on his face like a basketball. Then followed through with his fingers trying to rip the skin off his face as if he just got his nails done. Bro, this is too emasculating. He might start producing estrogen at this point. All I'ma say for the bullies is that they should not go to school tomorrow. They might not make it back home. Blondie was spotting his ways in school about how you pretty much got to know how to fit in order to get the best outcome. Him seeing through everybody's ways, he been able to adapt to everybody's personality in order for him to not be the person that gets bullied and not to be the bullies. In life, you need to be able to be fake to a certain degree in order to put yourself in better positions. But Yuji comes along not being a subject to pride like the bullies and not social situations like Blondie, but understanding things through his own judgment because he is strong. Then one of the bullies came running up to Yuji, trying to make his head do a 360 like 360 Jeezy. And look how Yuji dealt with him. If he jumped on this guy's back, he would have been a surfboard the way he was sliding. Then this guy ran at Yuji screaming, "Stop the violence, like YB. You subterranean garden rose. I'm so happy Yuji done you the worst way." Then the other guy tried to jump Yuji, but he started moving his legs like a ceiling fan, spun around and took his whole dome off. Yo Yuji, who you feeling like, bro? This is the type of JJK I like to see. Or farming on an NPC, bro. He looked like he swallowed the grenade. Me? Yes, you. Then we cut to the present where Blondie leads Yuji to the building where Higuruma's at. Then we get our first look at Higuruma. After the trials, for some reason, he is taking a bath with a suit on. And he is not doing this for no censorship purposes. He's doing it because he feels like it. I know he smells like the bikini bottom, pouring water on his face like he's a baby body doing a nighttime skincare routine. But he is doing this to oppose the natural order of things. We all take baths naked. In the same way the justice system is used to provide the truth and cast away what is false. But seen from the last trial he had, it was shown to lie. In the same way, he's doing things within his own understanding to oppose the natural order of things. It's like even on his everyday routine, he's still fighting for those who are mistreated by the justice system, showing how he never stops working, and almost like he's trying to wash himself clean from any residual faith he had in the justice system. He's just doing weird things to establish that. Yuji said he wanted to use Higuruma's 100 points to stop the cunning games, but Higuruma did not like the sound of that. And since Yuji's mouth was not working, he was gonna use something else. Higuruma stood up from the bathtub and walked down the stairs, then instantly popped the main expansion, bro. Oh my gosh. Yuji, you got two options, bro. Give up before he turns you into fried barbecue chicken wings, or give up before he punches you in your chest and make your booty hole clench.